How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTCReaper. My goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading whether the price is going up or down. So over on Dixie for the daily, we did break our channel and we are seeing a little bit of a rejection. I would watch for a continuation down. Remember, this could push us down toward that 100 area if we're not careful. If we get push up and then a rejection, then watch for a head and shoulders to give us that breakdown. Momentum is pushing down. VWAP, that yellow wave, is favoring bearish, bringing that momentum or blue wave lower, and money flow is in the green. But if that VWAP and momentum continue to weaken, then Dixie will as well. Over on the 1 hour, if we can get this to zoom in, there we go. We do have lower highs and lower lows, so we did break down. We did try to fill this gap we created when we pushed down, and then we got rejected by that area, so I would watch for a continuation lower. If we continue to see lower highs and lower lows, then it's likely we will break lower. Stochastic is falling, RSI is weakening, VWAP is in the bearish territory, and momentum is dropping. Money flow is in the red due to VWAP and momentum dropping. So if we do not see that VWAP reverse soon, then it's likely money flow will stay in the red, and that will continue to weaken that daily. Remember, as that daily continues to weaken and that VWAP is in the red, we can see stronger red candles, so we could see a quick push down toward like our 103 support. And that would be positive for crypto. Remember, usually when Dixie does sell off, crypto pushes up. So over on Bitcoin dominance for the daily, it does say we have a 60% chance of seeing a higher low and then possibly seeing that rejection. And that's where we would push to our 55%. VWAP is pretty flat, but it's trying to push up. Momentum wants to gain strength. Money flow is in the green. So we do look positive for an attempt to bounce off our value area high. Remember, if we see further red candles here, then we will continue lower and invalidate that possibility. That possibility is still fairly new, so it's not quite set in stone. Over on total for the daily, we are trying to break forward still, so again, we did break that resistance area like we said to watch, and we continued forward. This could push us toward that 100 trillion that we said, and then try to push us up toward previous all-time highs for our market cap. Now, not every coin is going to see their previous all-time highs, but we could continue beyond that market cap to get there. Remember, we have more coins, so there's more coins, more money distributed. Momentum does want to push up. VWAP is trying to gain strength. Money flow is trying to push up. Overall, we do look pretty positive here, though. Over on the 1 hour, we do have higher highs with higher lows, so that is giving us that continuation forward. Just watch as this is becoming a very straight, narrow channel. Remember, that could give us a temporary breakdown. There is an 83% chance we'll get pulled back, but that would be a higher low. That would be positive because we could get that pull back, hit that higher low, and then continue back forward. So that could be one last DCA buy-in entry zone. VWAP is pretty flat. Momentum is flat. Money flow is in the green, but if that VWAP breaks down, it's likely momentum will roll away and money flow could start to lose strength. However, if that VWAP stays bullish, we will see further push forward. Again, just watch this channel very closely. Over on Bitcoin futures for the daily, we did get a push forward. We do have an indecision doji candle, and it does show we do still have that probability, if I can get the word out. So we still have that 70% probability to break down and fill our gap. Momentum does want to push down. Stochastic is weakening. RSI is starting to push down, and VWAP is still favoring bearish. So we don't look quite positive here. We could see a rejection, especially with this indecision candle. We have a lower high here, so watch for lower lows. If we get lower lows after getting this lower high, we could see a bearish trend start to break us down, and that's what would push us down toward around this 94 zone. And if we don't hold that zone, then that's where we would see that gap fill. Momentum does want to pull back. VWAP is favoring bearish. Stochastic is dropping. RSI is weakening. So again, watch that VWAP close. If it does not reverse, we will continue lower. Bitcoin on the day, Bitcoin itself does look a little sketchy on the 1 hour as well. So I would watch. Overall, we do have a potential for this to be like a symmetrical triangle or a consolidation bull flag. Kind of depends on how you want to draw it. The bull flag and symmetrical triangle could take us up, but the symmetrical triangle also has a chance to bring you down. Momentum is pushing up. Money flow is pushing up. VWAP is bullish. RSI is pushing up. Overall, we do look pretty positive on the daily. Just watch for that to continue on lower time frames. If lower time frames start to flash bearish, then we can start to reject. Over on the 1 hour, VWAP is favoring bearish, so we have a rejection of that neutral, and we're starting to pull back. Watch very close, because if we see a strong red candle in here, we could make a lower high. follow that with a lower low, and that would give us that bearish trend to push to 94K, which if we don't hold with a higher low there, then we could push lower. So watch that very close. Money flow is starting to pull back as momentum falls due to that VWAP favoring bearish. So over on a graph for the daily, we are seeing a pretty decent push up against our gain here. So we did push up off that support. I would watch, we pushed at 30. We did say there was a potential for 30. Again, we sold off because you don't want to get greedy. The 4% wouldn't be worth it if you saw a drawdown to your value area high here. VWAP is trying to push up. Momentum is gaining strength and money flows in the green. So we do look pretty positive here on the daily. And remember, we did leave a percentage in just because you don't want to be completely in or completely out. No skin, no win. So over on the 1 hour, we do have higher highs with higher lows. Watch if we can break that value area high. If we can, then we can push forward. Momentum does want to push up. VWAP is trying to hold bullish, but we have a lower high potentially forming here. So watch for a lower low. If we see a lower low, momentum will start to fall, money flow will weaken, and then we could have the potential to reject higher time frames. And if we see a push down to support, get a bounce, and then a rejection, we could create a head and shoulders that could break us down toward that 20 cents still. So again, watch very close. We do still have those higher highs and higher lows, giving us a bullish continuation, but this channel is again very narrow and very straight, so keep an eye on that. That is very similar to our total. Remember, total does lead most of the altcoins except Ethereum. So over on Anchor, if you would watch for that confirmation, you could have gotten a decent move between your supports. You won't be up too much. It's only a 3% move, but if the rest of the market can continue forward, this is where we could leave this pattern behind and see that push up to that 05. So we will delete this triangle as it's pretty much played out at this point. Our momentum is pretty flat. VWAP wants to pull back. Money flow is pretty flat. So the daily doesn't look too good, too strong here. Watch the lower time frames. Over on the 1 hour, we do have that bullish continuation, but we look like we're starting to lose steam. Watch if we break our support. If we break our support, then see lower highs with lower lows, then we could end up breaking down. There's a potential of getting a higher low here, right around that 41 cents, but if we do not hold that and make a bounce, breaking that resistance area at that point, and then continuing further, then we will see that rejection and push back down to that 39.05. Stochastic is starting to round away. Momentum is starting to round with a red dot as VWAP breaks down with lower highs and lower lows. So watch that VWAP close. If it continues to break down here, momentum will lead money flow lower. Higher time frames will weaken, and we would get that rejection. So over on XRP, remember after algo, we'll cover how our trading is doing, and then we'll sign off from there if there are no special requests. So over on XRP for the daily, RSI is trying to push up, momentum is gaining strength with a green dot, VWAP is pushing up, and money flow is in the green, so we do look positive. We are gaining. We did say watch for about a $2 move. We are pretty close to that move. Again, don't get greedy. So if you've been eyeballing $2, maybe if you haven't taken some profits, this could be a decent zone to do so. Especially since we have a very straight channel here. Again, that could be that rising channel. Rising channels do break you down. With it being as narrow as it is, though, there isn't a high chance of breaking down too badly. Besides the fact that we did push up very quick, and usually when you go shooting straight for the moon, you do end up come crashing down. VWAP does want to break neutral, so watch if that VWAP holds. If it can, we will continue further, but if that VWAP breaks here, we will see bears remain in control. Momentum will pull back, money flow would weaken, and higher time frames would push down. We did see almost a 20% move today, so that is a very strong move, and if you're in some sort of a trade, you probably want to take profits on that, at least initial out. So over on algo for the daily, we just exploded to 50 cents today, so just shot past all our resistance areas. Momentum is pushing up, RSI is gaining strength, VWAP is pushing forward, and that money flows in the green. So we do look pretty positive here. We probably have a decent gain, as we did leave some in the market. We did sell off the other day, but that was providing the rest of the market was going to pull back. That's why you don't sell 100%. Remember, some things can do things outside of other markets. This could be very positive for algo. I'm not sure what the news today was for it, though. VWAP is trying to push up. Momentum is gaining strength. We do have a green dot. Money flow is pushing up. So overall, we are seeing a very strong push up. Exercise caution, because remember, when you see a very quick move up, sometimes you do get that retracement move down, and there is a 100% chance, it says, to pull back to the 25-cent area. But if we could pull back, get a decent bounce there, and continue forward, that would solidify that as a strong support level to help push us further up in future market conditions. Thank you for watching. We will jump. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate the words of encouragement. Let me know if there's anything you want to see. We will jump to the trading, though. We didn't get quite into that. So our Bitcoin is finally at a profit, about the same amount of a loss we had the other day. Not going to really take profits on that. Again, we're showing how it would look if you start to DCA in. So if you DCA'd in and you waited and you bought at those strong levels like we did, you'd be at a little bit of a gain. Nothing too exciting, but a gain's a gain. Over on XRP, we have about a $50 gain here. We did take our profits yesterday, so this is pretty much just a free ride position almost, as we have taken several profits. Graph, we have taken several profits here as well. We are at about a $10 gain, so not going to really scalp much off that, as there's really not too much left to that one. Anchor, we didn't really get much of a gain today. It only moved 2%. Really, we don't have very much invested. We have $8 left, so realistically, we could buy if we think the rest of the market is going to continue up. But with the rising channel possibilities, I would just exercise caution. Maybe we would want to buy a bit lower. But I would watch for decent breakdown zones. We pretty much bought this consolidation range, so I really wouldn't want to buy unless we broke either down into those ranges and we look like we would continue up, or we broke below those ranges into other ranges. So finally, over on Algo, we do have that massive run up. We have about a 50% gain here. We only have about $50 in the market, as we took most of our gains the other day. So we will probably leave this one here as well. But if you would have just taken a open position and you're seeing these little $20, $50 gains on like $40 and $50, I would suggest you take them. We're in a paper trading account. We have about $300 in gains since we started. So we're going to leave it like this because we've taken half of what we have. So half of what we've gained in this paper trading account, we've already taken as profits. We're letting the other half ride. I don't want to be all in or all out for what we bought. So that's pretty much how we're going to leave it for now until we continue further. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a great night. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and join us in that Discord if you haven't. That way you can ask any